वॉइस अब आवाज जा रही होगी आई होप so first of all welcome to all in this live sessions. I am Anand Singh Rajguru in front of you and today guys today's motives only be consistent. It will be the 2 hours live sessions in which we will just discuss about discuss क्या means we will learn every day new things and we will talk on new technology and so on. So I know nobody are there, but I am still talking to you. I hope anybody are watching because I'm not reading live comment. If you are watching or not, I don't know. But this, I will recording myself how the journey of BTech and so on. And so it's a memories thing, capturing myself. So let's start today's sessions and also you know means teacher suggest just speaking in English in front of camera. So it is my medium to speak in English. Separately, it's a wording, but it's a two-way communications. I know nobody is there now, but in futures maybe single person will be there. Yeah, after that, I will also means after 10 years after I will see myself how was my communications and so many things. So guys, let's start these sessions with a full of energy and start with new journey. Today I think I have to start DSA because DSA is the medium where you have all things you have to practice. Thinking, the consistency and so many things you have to क्या उसको बोलते हैं भाई मैं हिंदी में भी बोल सकता हूँ ऐसा नहीं कि मैं खाली इंग्लिश बोलूंगा I mean I will speak in Hindi as well as because my native language is Hindi so I also use Hindi so basically guys I will start this sessions mostly I will cover only DSA in live sessions ताकि इसी बहाने मेरा डीएसए थोड़ा थोड़ा कवर होते जाए जल्दी नहीं है क्योंकि आई हैव सो मच टाइम टू कवर दिस सो बी कंसिस्टेंसी टू कीप consistency so I will just solve daily maybe one by one problem or maybe YouTube lectures so many things we will do so let's start this sessions too much talking no we 4 minutes to go for live sessions just starting these sessions at 8:30. I think 8:30 I will start my 2 hours is enough for DSA. Every day if you give 2 hours is enough, more is sufficient, more enough. So from this live sessions, if you are also wanna start your DSA journey, uh, then you can. I will also learn together because I am also fresher. I also nothing knowledge about DSA and so many things. I am also a new player in this field. So let's together, let's code together and build together. EJ also know give me company to code and learn. Okay, I'm just recording myself, so don't be laugh. Okay, if you are watching or not, I don't know, but if you watching, so then you should not laugh on my tutti frutti English. Okay. So guys, it's 8:27 and I will start my DSA journey from today. Actually, I have also started from 16th January, I think I have started. But you know, procrastination is a word which kills the boy's dream. every boy's dream. So that's also in my mind and my activities, procrastinations, in my habit, in my daily schedule. You can say it. Without that, I can't fill up. मैं कुछ भी पकड़ा हूँ. Let me check it's working or not. Voice are clear or not. Just check my live stream. I hope it's going good. And yeah, I think it's good, going good. No matter who are watching or not, just are starting because consistent together and yeah, let's just start. 8:30 is now. So you should take some just a second. Hmm, media. Hello everyone. So guys, today we will actually talk about time complexity. Actually, it's the best method to remember to teach everyone. नहीं teach is to talk and किसी को बताओ तो वो ज़्यादा देर तक याद होती है. So I also decided to means which topic I will learn. I also share how I learn and how what is the basic fundamental of this topic. I will also talk about this. Through this, I will also it will be remind me and also it's best technique to remember to teach someone or to help someone in this means any problem. Then it will be memorized in every time for every time. So today I am starting means it's my first means this sessions means इस सेशन का क्या नाम रखूं इस सेशन का नाम क्या रखूं बाद में सोचूंगा बट अभी मीन्स आई एम स्टडी अबाउट टाइम एंड कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी actually it's starting it has been started from 5 January but inconsistency or procrastination is the main reason that's why I'm lagging behind but overall leave that topics what are the in past what was the in past but let's focus in present time. So today I am just we will recall only on topic of time and complexity. What will first of all what is the time and complexity? I'm not teaching, okay? So don't think I am teaching. I'm just recalling myself and also my recording myself to in future when I see back of my back what will be the what I was in the behind 10 years ago. So it is just a memory things. Also, it's helped to memorize me and also clear all the concept which I have learned daily by daily. So, in daily basis. So first we are talking about first of all we are creating headings. No hurry up. No need to be और ज्यादा जल्दी करने का कोई टाइम नहीं बहुत टाइम है आराम से एक टॉपिक एक दिन में समझेंगे तो भी वी विल अंडरस्टैंड 365 टॉपिक्स इन एवरी डे मीन्स इन ए ईयर so it's huge number of problems means concept we will learn in a year. So first of all today I'm talking about time and complexity. First of all a heading time and complexity. I'm not teachers but just I am recalling myself and also through this also, if you wanna revise or just wanna what is a wanna know what is a I am talking about time and complexity. Actually, it's the DS first topic of DSA. If you are start to do DSA, then it will be the first topic of DSA. DSA. As you also know, if you want a good package in any tank company, then you should focus on DSA from your first years. But I am lag behind it but due to so many circumstances and so many all things are lagging. Leave it. I am especially I am talking in I try to speaking in English because my communication is so low, so poor. So I also improve my communication through this. Means एक फोन means एक तीर से दो निशान I also listens. So I'm trying to improve myself in both category means speaking and also trying to learn the essay in together. Just one topic we will learn together every day because so many things we have to do and also you have to do. Means today I will cover time and complexity. What will what means what is time and complexity? Why should we learn time and complexity? We also cover from the W3 schools, means I also read the whole the paragraphs which are given in W3 schools by this book by both from lectures and by tutorials. We are both clear. And also when we have practice the essay in lead code, then I also solve and I will discuss all the problems in front of you and how I have solved and what are the logic behind these problems and so many things. So first of all, we are talking about time and complexity. Actually, time and complexity is nothing. Somebody is also saying कि time taken to run a code is known as time and complexity. But I don't think so because it's if you are saying this that word, it time and complexity वो कोड को रन होने में वो क्या उसको बोलते हैं मतलब टाइम जो कोड को रन होने में टाइम लगता है उसको टाइम एंड कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी कहते हैं दैट्स अ रॉन्ग डिफिनेशन इट्स बिकॉज टाइम एंड कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी इज नेवर डिपेंड्स ऑन हार्डवेयर as you also know hardware means your laptop and so many things means your hardware means your laptop mainly laptop because you are coding on laptop or computers it's no depend because if anybody have mac and if anybody have windows then both apps if according to you that's coding running time total time taken by code means total time taken by running code is known as time complexity according to you that's your definition will be wrong because make is a less timer due to its processor is fast than the windows and windows will be take more time mm, than the Mac. Then you should also then you should also notice both time will be taken different. Your if you are in coding means technical round, then your एग्जाम गार्डन मीन्स उसको क्या बोलते हैं परीक्षा जो लेने वाला होता है कि वो टाइम मशीन मतलब लोग स्टॉप वॉच लेके नहीं बैठा होगा कि जैसे आप कोड करोगे और वो टिप देगा ऐसा नहीं होता है एक्चुअली टाइम एंड कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी इज टोटली डिपेंड्स ऑन योर क्या उसको बोलते हैं नंबर ऑफ इनपुट नंबर ऑफ ऑपरेशंस हाउ मेनी ऑपरेशंस यू हैव डन एंड हाउ मेनी ऑपरेशन डन इन योर कोड दैट्स ओनली उस पर डिपेंड करता है अगर मैं बात करूं टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी में भी स्पेलिंग मेरा मिस्टेक हो सकता है तो डोंट जज बिकॉज माय इंग्लिश इज इंग्लिश में लास्ट 2 ईयर से ज्यादा वीक हो गया है और इम्प्रूव होने की वजह और वीक हो गया है एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिस छूट गया है सो डोंट बी जज सो टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी इज नॉट डिपेंड्स ऑन हार्डवेयर डिपेंड्स एक मिनट एक सेकेंड प्रो एक सेकेंड डिपेंड्स ऑन हार्डवेयर does not होगा ना टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी does not यार एक गलती does not does not depends on hardware सिंपल हार्डवेयर मीन्स क्या हो गया हार्डवेयर मीन्स एक्चुअली हम लोग किसका हार्डवेयर मीन्स एजुकेशन हो योर लैपटॉप एक उसको हम एक्चुअल टाइम भी बोल सकते हैं मीन्स जो हम लोग टाइम जो होता है उसको हम एक्चुअल टाइम भी बोल सकते हैं इट्स नॉट एक्चुअल टाइम टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी डज नॉट डिपेंड्स ऑन एक्चुअल टाइम ओके योर मॉनिटर अरे यार योर लैपटॉप ना लिखना वाला लैपटॉप और योर running time taken to running code. Oh, hardware का spelling mistake होता है. Okay, your laptop. Okay, it's simple. Time complexity just doesn't depends on your hardware or laptop or your time taking to run code. It's never depends. अब क्या क्या चीज पे डिपेंड करेगा. अब यहाँ से तुमको मतलब यहाँ से बता दिया जाए तो अगर मैं यहाँ से पढ़ूँ क्या कर रहा है रन टाइम्स क्या कर रहा है when considering the run times for the different algorithms we will not look at the actual time and the implemented algorithm used to run. And here is a why. If we implemented algorithm on the programming language and run the programs, the actual time it will use depends on many factors. The programming language used to implement means it's if you depending on running code, then it will be it depends on program by program. If you using C++ and then it will be the fast. If you using Python, it will be the take more time comparison to C++. So actual time is there are so many category. Actual time means I must be explaining in English due to I also you also want know I'm just improving my communications. So if we are talking about what are the actual time, what is the actual run time, what are the mean of actual run time. The actual run time means we will not see how much time taken by running code. Okay, we will not notice, we will not see. And due to reason, if we talking about why we are ignoring actual runtime, reason behind is time taken by run by time taken by code to run code is variable according to variable on the basis of programming. If you coding with C++, it will be take less time comparison to Python. If you taking Python, so it will be consuming more time. So never examiner will be take decide or not taking watch a stopwatch to have you run code and he will be stop the watch. Never, never like that. Then what will be? Then you also ask. Then what will be the then time complexity will be in which means what is the then what is the time complexity? Then I will talk. I will say that the time complexity actually mean how many input and also you have asked then which component the time complexity depends and which factors the time complexity depends. So simple one things number of operations how many operations have done in your code and how many iterations have done in your codes. This total, overall, we will talk about what will be the what will be the time complexity depends. So only one depends on what? Only one depends on number of operations have done in your code. So nothing's talk about actual time. Nothing. We will worry about how which type of monitor or laptop you using this hardware are you using which type of program or which type of programming are you using. So nothing all about just one thing we have to cover only no means we have to know how much program means how much operations are done in a single program. Then time complexity depends on totally on number of operations have you done in your program. If you actually we are also, if you are best coder, then you always taking worst case. There are three type of case: best case, average case, and worst case. Worst case means is a huge number of operations you are considered. Best case means less a number of minimum level of operations will be talking about. And the worst case, why we consider a worst case? If you are a application builder and if you are a, let's talk about LPU. LPU has so many student and member faculty. If he designed it, then which case he consider to make applications? Then he considered a worst case. Worst case means a huge number of amount. If huge number of traffic there will be cover in his applications. If a number of users are coming, means huge number of applications, huge number of users are coming in their applications, then then application can be never crashed or never be nothing. Leave it, bro. I'm just also not leave it. I am also explaining another way because I'm also confusing. I haven't what in my mind. So how can I discuss that? But leave it. I actually what I am talking about. We are talking about the actual runtime and what the time complexity depends. Basically, time complexity depends on only operation number of operations in your code. If you have so many number of operations in your code, then it will be take more time. If you have less number of time operations, then it will be less time. And one thing of time complexity mainly considered as a we base quota only consider a only worst case. Worst case means there are many huge number of operations are done and we use और we donate big क्या है इसका आगे क्या है big O notation. You use big O notations to represent or present time complexity. Mainly we measure time complexity in big O notations because we consider only worst case, never considered as a best case, never considered as a mm, medium case. It means average case. Only worst case we will discuss. Worst case only denoted by big O notations. Big O notations, and it is the graph. We see there, see here. Also noticed, also noted best case, average case, and worst case. Worst case time complexity is already mentioned when explaining big O notations, but how can an algorithm have a worst case scenario? The algorithm that finds the lowest value in the array and values and requires n number of operations to do so. This is the always the same. So the algorithm has the best average and the worst case scenarios. But for many other algorithms, we will look at if we keep the number of values unfixed. The runtime can still change at the lot of depending on the actual values. Without going so many things, we also listens. We will consider only best case means only worst case because we are always consider a large number of operations, not a least number of operations. So after that, I will also learn, and then after I will I will discuss. I am just talking about three things only. Only three things. First of all, time complexity. Which factors depends on time complexity? Which factor depends, and why actual times does not mean time take complexity. We have, let's recap again. First of all, we are talking about why actual time doesn't mean time complexity. Actual times means if you are talking of actual times, it means you are talking about the code running, time taken by through the code running. Okay. As you also know, code running depends on your hardware and your programming, which language you have choose to code. Okay. So if you choose C++, then you will take less time. Again, I am discussing this topic again because most of interviewer will be asked these questions, and that times you will forget why actual time doesn't use, why actual times doesn't use, and why doesn't mean actual time means time complexity. Then you should remember these things. Why actual times run times will not consider as a time complexity. So we are talking about it two factors mainly. You should mainly two factors you should remember because it depends on time means actual run times mainly depends on hardware to hardware means somebody have Mac and somebody have Windows. Then their run time actual time will be different, and it's also depend on programming. If you choose Python, then will be take more time as compared to C++ and so many things. So many two factors you should memorize in front of your interviewer. You will not blank after that. Okay, and first is first things what factors the time complexity depends. Then we have to talk, we have to say, we have to discuss. No, we have to just answer. Means, sir, only one factors the time complexity depends. Which factor? Number of operations and number of input size. Sorry. एक factor और है. Input size. I have forget. Input size पे भी depend करता है. Number of input size and number of operations. Means sorry. Size of input size and size of input and number of operations. Both things depend time complexity. The and what will which case one thing last third one will be the which case will be considered best case, mm, worst case, and average case. So which case will be considered? We will consider worst case. Reason behind this, we are not making any application for some users. We are making a application for a huge number of amount of users. You also know. So we always consider a worst case in time complexity, and the time and representation of worst case is big or notations. जिसको big or just a second I am बता रहा हूँ big annotations. We will just big big O notation notation big O notation. It will be the sim. It will be represented by worst case. इसको कैसे लिखते हैं? इसको जस्ट ये हो गया फेरेंट क्या उसको बोलते हैं पेरेंथेसिस जो भी हो. जस्ट ए सेकेंड मेरे को भी उतना प्रोनाउंसिएशन आई हैव सो मिस्टेक इन एक सेकेंड जस्ट a second पेरेंट जो भी हो एक सेकेंड आई एम सो कंफ्यूज या क्या बोलते हैं पेरेंथेसिस so parenthesis will be and representation will be it's a capital O and is a parenthesis यहाँ पे n हो जाएगा for number of operations we will done so this will be the this is the time complexity it's basically just I am talking about only basic things which are basic things but in interview you will be the blank out if you don't know so after that I will also again connect with you again to teach to more knowledge about the kind of time and complexity after the reading this concept. Also, I will share with you in my tutti frutti English as you also know. Because tutti frutti English is jaruri means it's very needy. If you wanna improve your communication skills, then you should speak in every time until if you know even you are in sleeping then you also you should speak english in your dream then you will be a good communicator otherwise no one has to come to resolve your communicate nothing leave it this topic will be long will be go in another directions so leave this topic and I start again is to join 919 and I will just finish this topic and then after I will once again I will come here and explain the next things so what is the things will be the next in time complexity. So Hello, Vati. Then today's session has completed. Mm, Today the essay target has been completed, and I will take same sessions tomorrow, same time, and be consistent with me. And also, I have a study about today. I have also a study about time and complexity, and I will also revise during tomorrow's live sessions in starting because revision is the key of success. So we will also revise next live sessions and more things which I have not discussed today. I will discuss tomorrow because it's time to complete to it's over time and after that I have to go. So see you guys and have a good night or and you should be active. Okay, guys. See you. Good night. Take care and see you next day. Next tomorrow. Same time. 8 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. I will live. I will come live and start live sessions. And I will also discuss tomorrow. Also discuss tomorrow time complexity and more details and more things we will discuss. And also I will learn new concept of DSA in tomorrow. Okay, guys. See you. Good night.